Hi, I'm Dr. Mark, and I'm going to help you sing and perform more like the top artists around the world. I'm a professional voice teacher, performance coach, and opera stage director. I've helped thousands of singers around the world learn the techniques and methods that got the top singers to where they are. Let's talk about what makes IU's performance of Good Day so awesome. Here we go. Okay, already so theatrical, right? Big old build-up, feels like the beginning of a movie or something like that, with all this video stuff going on, introducing people, and then there's this intro with the lights that kind of set the mood, then goes dark, she comes in right with the musical shift, and it's just really fun and really exciting, right? Real quick here too, notice color of her dress makes her really pop out here from the texture of what's going around her. It also coordinates with kind of the white cloud feeling, the box kind of feeling in the middle of the screen there, even though it might have a logistical, practical purpose in terms of how they set up the stage, really kind of creates this central focus point on her being in the center of the stage. So really cool. Frames are really nice. So altogether, already visually, we're enthralled. We're loving this thing. Here we go. Okay, if I'm not wrong, I think this is kind of an encore song to this concert. So you've got to imagine after singing an entire concert, having a high energy song like this again has got to be pretty exhausting. Is she showing that at all? No, but she is being smart and letting the dancers behind her do the majority of the actual movement. She's staying engaged. She's still using her body a lot, and it matches what they're doing, but she's not doing the huge motion movements that they're doing because her job's to sing and to sound awesome, and she's doing a great job with that. This recording's a little hard to tell because the balance is a little funky. It's a fan cam, and so that's understandable. What I want you to notice, though, is even with that fan cam, you can see this upper tooth smile, this open, nice space in back, this consistent forward placement. We hear this kind of buzzy resonance up front, right? Is where she would be feeling it, but that's what we hear is this buzzy resonance that keeps it bright, keeps that text intelligible. Sounds like there's a bit of a whine in there, which is exactly what we're looking for with this style. So awesome. Okay, a few things. First, one question that comes up regularly is how much of what I'm doing should be choreographed? That's not a simple answer, and depending on who you're talking to, that will change. But if you're wanting to do something that's dance-oriented and have it feel really dance-like this number is, then yes, be very choreographed, very specific, very detail-oriented, and make sure that everyone's hitting their spots and it's the same, right? The key there is making sure that your face is still engaged and believable and showing the emotion of what's going on, and that your eyes are still transitioning and moving on the last note or syllable of the previous phrase, not once you finish singing the phrase or the next one. It's those eyes transitioning at the end of the previous phrase, helping us discover the next phrase that still makes dance feel organic and like it all belongs together, right? If not, it starts feeling really robotic, which is okay. That's its own kind of style and feeling in itself, if that's what you're going for. But if you're still wanting the action, the dance to be perceived as organic and more natural in its communication style, then those eyes shifting at the right time is really crucial. And she's doing a pretty good job here. On the flip side, say you aren't wanting to do a dance thing. If you are a seasoned performer, in general, you still want to be trying to hit the same spots on the stage about 95% of the time, performance to performance, right? There's 5% that you leave open to change, to impulse, to doing something different. But in general, to really refine your product, it's got to be similar night to night. The lighting cues need to know where they're going to hit you, where they're going to find you on stage so they can make you look your best. Your group around you needs to know where you're going to be so that they can work around you and react to you in a way that feels comfortable and organic, but is also professional, meaning it's reliable, it's there, and it's consistent. So no matter which approach and style you're going for, there's always some level of choreography, or a better way of saying it is planning where you're going to be at what time. Now, the levels of detail and moving to the beat, that's going to change. The more naturalistic and conversational you want, the less you want your body movements to line up with the beat exactly. The more dance-like you want your body movements to line up with the beat exactly. But in general, if you're wanting it organic, you can get away with the dance style or with the conversational style as long as your eyes are shifting at the right time. Pretty cool. Love it. Okay, one of the things I love about what I'm seeing is the color palette is relatively neutral, right? Interesting, she's kind of in a more cream colored dress, at least from what I could tell in the video, and the dancers here are in a more pure white. Cream is the version of white on stage that usually reads the best and makes people look the best. Pure white usually doesn't work quite as well. So that's really flattering for her, and that's great. What I love most, though, is that there's a lot going on stage. That could be captivating on its own, and there's a lot going on the screens behind her and with the band behind her and with the lights. There's just a lot going on. At what point does it become too distracting, where there's too much going on? Well, that's hard to say. The higher energy a song, the more excitement and fast moving pace the song is, usually the more we can handle in terms of visual stimuli, right? But and the slower it is, the more simple the stage and visual world is, the more it seems like it all works together. So that this is a faster song and has higher energy matches with all this other stuff going on. It doesn't feel like too much. It doesn't feel like too distracting. The other part, though, is that it starts feeling busy if a few things happen. One, if there's a lot of things moving fast and it's really repetitive, it's really hard for our brain to track it and follow what's going on. If anything that is going on does not relate to everything else on stage, that also becomes extraneous and distracting and confusing. Everything here is adding a new layer of meaning and is contributing to the overall story that's going on here, right? So that also makes it so that even though it's really busy and a lot is going on, it doesn't feel distracting. It just feels like we're getting new information that's putting us deeper and deeper into the story and moment of this song. So why would we want to have so much visually going on? Well, we as humans are variety junkies. We love to see all kinds of different things going on, and variety and new information that keeps the story moving forward. So it is really helpful in a variety standpoint to have a lot of different things going on. It's really exciting. It's really fun, especially in a song that has so much energy. It helps us feel that kind of same pacing and energy and drive forward. Is there always a balance to find? Of course. But hopefully those are some elements when you're trying to decide when is too much or too little. You can then decide what to keep and what needs to go. Let's keep going. Okay, final few thoughts here on what I'm seeing that makes her awesome. Number one, I'm always impressed at how elegant she is, how she's able to be communicative, engage her audience without what a lot of artists are trying to use in terms of what they're dressing and how they're wearing and trying to play the sex appeal card. Now, am I trying to say that sex appeal, skin, stuff like that doesn't sell? You can answer your own question there and go that own direction. I just know personally something that I appreciate and I think is unique to her is her ability to be so expressive and so engaging to our audience in such a genuine kind of unflashy way most of the time. That is still really visually engaging, still has a lot going on, still has a lot of energy, but elegant. Love it. Also want to point out there at the end, you're noticing as she's going to that middle higher register throughout the song, but especially here at the end, you can see from the side there that jaw drops down and back, upper two smile comes out, which is going to help her get through that middle high. But do you think that was her favorite best high note ever? Probably not. In case you think I'm criticizing her, not. She's at the end of what I'm guessing is a tremendously long concert in Manila. Guessing it's probably pretty hot for her, not sure. And she's probably exhausted. She's been moving all night and working, right? Just standing there and singing is really exhausting, but she's also doing a lot of movement and dance as well. And on top, she's human. This is a live performance. So do we always sing our best note every single moment? Of course not. That's not human. That's not even real, right? So what I find amazing and what I think we can really learn from is that she doesn't show the audience. Meaning she doesn't be like, oh, shoot, sorry, that wasn't my best. That wasn't great. No, instead she just lets it go. She moves on. We don't see at any moment that she's disconnected from the song or the moment. She just gave her best to the audience and let it be that. Kept the energy up, kept the excitement, and smiled and loved the audience like nothing had gone wrong. That is awesome. It's really hard. Try it. Our tendency is want to apologize or show it or show that, oh, I know it wasn't my best. The audience doesn't care. They know this is live. They know that there is going to be a moment or two or a few where it's not the best note in the best moment. All they're caring is that you're giving them your best product you have in that moment. And you're giving them your love and your appreciation, and you're trying to share this moment with them. That's what they really care about. Now, there's some people who are like, oh, that, change this, change that. Of course, we can always change, we can always improve. But I hope when you're watching as an audience, that what you're focusing on with this performer who's up there, whether they're a new performer or a seasoned pro, is that you're finding what there is to appreciate about what they're offering you. If you're finding things that you think could be better, hopefully you're not doing that as a means to criticize the performer. That doesn't do anybody any good. But instead, if you're taking that as a takeaway for you of something that you want to try on your own work and improve on, awesome. So as we're suggesting these things and talking about what's so awesome about these performers, I hope you're taking away lessons of what you can do to make your performances even more convincing, more potent, more genuine, both for what's working excellently, and what is awesome is what I focus on in these videos. But if you see or hear things that you think, that probably could have been better, I hope that you'll see those as things that you can learn from and gain knowledge from to improve your own artwork. But at the same time, respect the effort that's being made by those on stage and the challenges that they're up against. One of my favorite things is actually watching performers not have their best moment, making a mistake, something going wrong, and seeing how they're able to pull it off and make the audience believe that nothing wrong happened. If you have an excellent performer, then a top performer, that's exactly what they do, because inevitably in live performance, something's going to go wrong. So your ability to roll with it, accept it, and make something good out of it is crucial. And she does an awesome job. So absolutely awesome. If you want a voice lesson, a performance coaching, or want me to work with you or your group to help you sing easier or perform at a consistently higher level, book a time with me at mrperformingartstudio.com. Don't forget to click like and subscribe down below. Tell me what else you want me to react to, what you want to hear, what your thoughts are. Tell me what it is that you loved about what you saw and what you want to do to make your performances even better. Until next time, see you then.